everyone, welcome to YourPedia and this is Shubha. So today again I brought 10 high frequency words for you and which are very important for your GRE examination. Even as I always say, it's not only for one particular examination, even you are preparing for any other competitive examination and you want to crack and you want to increase, build up your vocabulary, these words will certainly help you out in scoring well. Right, so let's get started and I'm going to teach you very wonderful and some of the best high frequency words, and as I tell you that these words are approximately obviously from Manhattan, right? So what are the words of the day? Let's check it out. The words are, the very first is artless, ascertain, ascetic, ascribe, aseptic, asparity, asportion, assail, assiduous and assuage. So these words right now might sound some of the difficulty, like these words might sound difficult to you, but please keep on making notes, keep on jotting these words, and once done, like we have already completed till all these set, and this is going to be till 80 or 70 words, 80 words are being done. And if you have not watched the previous videos, please go and watch the previous videos, because then only you will be able to make a sequence, and sequence is very important because we are going to learn all the 1000 high frequency words whichever are there in Manhattan. Okay, so let's get started, and the very first word is your artless. Now, what do you mean by artless? Artless means something that is very natural, that is very naive, that is very simple, right? Or you can call it like very less efforts are used in artless. So something that is, you can call it as simple, natural, sincere, naive, honest, without any kind of, you can say, fakeness added to it, that is termed as artless. Okay, so you don't need to learn all the vocabulary words whichever are mentioned. Just learn 2 to 3 words, like whenever the word artless comes. Okay, artless, that means something that is very simple, nothing fake is there, very original it is there. So that is very sincere, that is very honest, that is termed as artless. Okay, now what is the definition? Here it is. Artless means something that is very simple and natural. And what is the sentence? How you can use it out? With her artless look, that is with her simple look, with her, you can say, very sincere and nothing artificial added in her look. The girl next door looked beautiful even though she had no makeup on and did not style her hair. Like, she was a natural beauty, she was artless because she did not do any kind of a makeup, but she was looking very beautiful. So that is termed, here you can use it in a sentence. So the very first word was artless, and artless means something that is very simple, very ordinary, free from any kind of artificialities or fakeness. Now let's move to the second word. Second word means is ascertain. What do you mean by ascertain is, ascertain means when you are able to, like, you become aware of something. Okay, you become aware about something, you find out something, okay, this was the end result, you become sure about something. So whenever you get a solution, you find out certain thing, you become aware of certain thing, that can be called as ascertain. Like, you determine something, you find out that thing, you learn about a new thing, you discover something, you verify it out, you check it, you confirm it. So the end result can be called as ascertain. Clear with the second word? Now the second word is ascertain, that is to determine, to discover, to find out, to learn something new. How you can use it in a form of definition? Ascertain means when you are learning or discovering something with certainty, with determination, that can be called as ascertain. Like, you perform some of the experiments, like chemical experiment you did, and you're very sure the end result will be what? That can be called as ascertain. You find out something, you discover something, you get to know something, you learn something, you see something. Now, Detective Jimmy was able to quickly ascertain, like he was able to find out the suspect was not being honest with him. So the detective Jimmy was able to find out, okay, the person was not honest with me, so he got ascertained about it, right? So these were the two words so far. I hope you remember it out. Artless का मतलब क्या होता है? Something that is very simple, बहुत simple है, natural है, कोई fakeness added नहीं है, कुछ artificial नहीं है, that is artless. ascertain के मतलब के बारे में मतलब क्या है? That is कोई चीज के बारे में हमें जब पता चलता है, हम डिस्कवर करते हैं कुछ, आप बोलते हो हमें कोई डिटर्मिन करते हैं, हम वेरीफाई करते हैं, दैट इज टू ascertain that thing. Now move to the third one. It is ascetic. What do you mean by ascetic? Means ascetic का मतलब होता है when you self discipline yourself. You swear. There is a form of, एक होता है हम अपने आप को सेल्फ डिसिप्लिन करते हैं, ओके वी विल नॉट डू एनीथिंग बैड. एक होता है अपने आप को प्रॉपर आप क्या करते हो, सेलिब्रेट. लाइक सेंट्स आप देखते हो, what they do is they actually discipline themselves, okay, from the worldly players and all that, they're out from that players, right? We do commit the sins of gluttony. खाना बहुत पसंद है, हम खाने के लिए कई बार जीते हैं, लेकिन they have कि सिर्फ एक टाइम या दो टाइम खाना खाना है, सादा खाना खाना है. So that is something that they are ascetic, like they have disciplined themselves in a so beautiful manner. So that is someone who you can call it as hermit also, someone who is very strict, who has self-discipline, that person. Severe it is termed as, austere is termed as, Spartan is termed as. So you can learn one or two words, one or two vocabulary words. Okay, ascetic का मतलब क्या है? कोई celibate का आ जाएगा, कोई संत जैसी कोई चीज आ गई, कोई hermit आ गया, तो what will be there? That will be termed as ascetic. Let's learn the definition. Leading a life of self-discipline and self-denial, usually spiritual lesson. जब हम अपने आप को spiritual lessons के लिए guide करते हैं, we free ourselves from all the negativity, we discipline ourselves, that is termed as ascetic, right? So ascetic example, the ascetic man gave away his fortune and moved into a tiny one bedroom apartment, right? तो कई लोग होते हैं जो अपना fortune, like they are very rich, they are very classy people, but for the sake of like to live a life very simple, like artless life, you can say that, and that is why they become as like they discipline themselves, and that is termed as ascetic. I hope 3 words are clear with you. Keep on writing it down. You don't, as I told you, don't need to write so many multiple synonyms. एक दो synonyms लिखो, मतलब पता होना चाहिए आपको. Artless का मतलब क्या होता है, ascetic का मतलब क्या होता है, right? या फिर आपके पास ascertain था, उसका मतलब क्या होता है. Now moving to the fourth word, it is ascribe. Ascribe है next word हमारा, and that means something. Ascribe का मतलब क्या होता है? This is something you have done in your junior classes. Ascribe means when you're assigning something, you are regarding something, like you are crediting something, right? So if I say it, you are regarding something, you are crediting something, it's attributing, assigning, laying something, attaching something, crediting something, charging something. So that is termed as ascribe. ठीक है, अब ascribe हम देखते हैं कि किसी चीज को assign करना. This is a particular thing, this is assigned, this is ascribed to that place. So इस तरह से होता है, attach करते हैं किसी चीज को, set down करते हैं, उसे ascribe बोलते हैं. Let's learn the definition. Ascribe means that attribute a cause or a kind of a characteristic. जब हम किसी characteristic को, किसी cause को हम explain करते हैं, that is termed as ascribe. While you can sometimes ascribe these symptoms to allergies, I'm pretty sure you have full-fledged cold. जैसे आप किसी को क्या हो रहा था, I tell you, corona times में even a person used to come closer to you and he used to cough. आपको लगता था उसे corona है. Maybe he had a simple, you can say, mere cough or mere common cold can be there, but we had ascribed it कि अच्छा ये सारे symptoms है ना, तो पक्का कोरोना हुआ है. तो that is what they are trying it is. ascribe का मतलब होता है जब हम किसी चीज को assign या attach कर देते हैं. ऐसे ऐसे symptoms दिखाई दे रहे हैं तो आपको क्या है, कोरोना है. ऐसे ऐसे symptoms दिखाई दे रहे हैं आपको high fever है. ऐसे symptoms दिखाई दे रहे हैं common cold है. तो you can say ascribe means you are attaching or you can attributing something to some place or some representation. Next is your aseptic. Aseptic का मतलब क्या आ जाता है? Now aseptic means something you can call it as free from contamination. You can say that is a kind of sterilization. So when you are free from contamination, कि कोई भी toxic से हम free हो रहे हैं चीजों से, that is termed as aseptic. ठीक है, word itself tells it out as like it means sterilized things, sterile. So hygiene, sanitary, disinfected, something that is pure, germ free, clean, barren, the antiseptic, sterile, that is termed as aseptic. तो सेप्टिक का मतलब क्या होता है, जैसे आपको कई बार whenever you have to take some injections also, what they do is like they take a new one, right? They take a new injection and all that. Why? So that the needle is all free from contamination. It's not been used from any other patient, right? So that is why what we use is, what we go for is aseptic things, hygiene. We take care that the things are germ free. So what is now the meaning, definition? Free from living germs that cause disease. जो भी germs से free है, जो disease को cause करता है, that is termed as aseptic. Now, after undergoing extensive surgery, Karen's bloodstream became aseptic, which would label her as healthy, right? So after undergoing extensive surgery, बहुत एक बोलते हैं ना crucial, एक surgery हुई उसकी, Karen's bloodstream became aseptic, that is free from all the germs and all that, which would label her as healthy. Due to vicious dog bite, the bloody wound was cleaned with an antiseptic wipe to prevent from infection. So whenever you have some kind of, you can say, कोई आपको चोट लग जाती है, ठीक है, तो आप उसको क्लीन करते हो. तो क्लीन कैसे करते हो आप? एक एसेप्टिक कपड़े से करते हो, दैट इज कि वो फ्री हो, किसी भी हार्मफुल जर्म के साथ कंटेमिनेटेड नहीं हो. सो दैट इज टर्म्ड एज aseptic. So do remember this word aseptic. Next आपका आ जाता है asperity. What do you mean by asperity? Asperity is your sixth word, that is when I am very harsh in my tone. When I'm very rude in my tone, harshness of tone comes, rudeness comes, so that is you can term as asperity. तो एस्पैरिटी का मतलब क्या होता है? जब आप बहुत रफ हो, बहुत हार्श हो, बिटर हो, शार्प हो, बहुत बुरी तरह से किसी को बोलना, दैट इज टर्म्ड एज एस्पैरिटी. सो एस्पैरिटी मीन्स when you are rude to someone, your voice is not, you can say, it's not soft, it is very high, and you are speaking very, you can say, sharp and rough to the person. You can also use it as a definition. It's a manner or tone of your voice. When I was a teenager, my father used asperity when he spoke with all my dates in hopes of scaring them away. The police officer's dislike of me was obvious from the asperity with which he determined my driver's license. So whenever someone shouts on us, we come to know that the person does not like us, right? So asperity is a tone of the voice. If a person has got a rough tone with you, so obviously you will get to know that the person does not like you, right? Because of something wrong you did to him. Next is your aspersion. What do you mean by now aspersion? Aspersion का मतलब है when you abuse someone, when you attack someone, and when you criticize someone. So when you abuse, when you attack, when you criticize someone, that is termed as aspersion. It's like when I'm defaming, किसी की बदनामी करना, किसी की insult करना, किसी को आप बोलते हो abuse करना, that is termed as your aspersion. So aspersion means when I am defaming someone, I am criticizing someone, I am abusing someone, that is termed as aspersion. और इससे पहले हमने क्या word किया है? That is asperity. Asperity का मतलब क्या था? Now see, asperity and aspersion, that sounds like it is related to your tone. It means I am speaking to someone, I am defaming it the person out. And asperity का मतलब क्या था? मेरी tone, मेरी voice बहुत rude है, बहुत harsh है, right? Next you have is your, here I am giving you a definition of aspersion. A false charge meant to harm someone's reputation. Rumors फैलाते हैं ना किसी की reputation को बुरा करने के लिए, that comes in the category of aspersion. Jack's political rival cast an aspersion against him right before the election. Because I know Janice is a kind person, I cannot believe the negative aspersion about her. That is कि obviously वो बहुत अच्छी है, किसी के बारे में हमें पता होता है that the person is very nice, and when we get to know something negative about that person, we are like कि नहीं, वो person ऐसा हो नहीं सकता है. So that is termed as aspersion when we when we listen some bad rumors about someone. Next is your assail. What do you mean by assail? Assail is kind of an attack or assault, or you can say a kind of an abuse or criticism only. It's kind of a criticism or attack. So violent attack भी इसमें आ जाता है, but that was only on the words and all that. Criticize करना इस portion में था. Assail comes as an attack, as you can say charge, criticize, storming someone, abusing someone, setting on someone. So that is termed as assail. Let's switch to the definition. It is like to attack violently. Now don't get confused between asperity, aspersion, assail, right? So asperity क्या था? Tone of the voice था. Aspersion क्या था? When I'm criticizing someone, I am harming someone's reputation. That was aspersion. Now it is your assail. Assail means I am attacking on someone, that is violently. It may be a kind of a physical abuse to someone. So it is to attack violently. If anyone ever talks negative about Alex father, his response to assail the person with assaults. Now do remember, it can be both ways. It can be your physical one also through your orally. You just go to the elections. जब elections आएंगे ना, you see different political parties are there and they are what they are doing. They are, you can say एक तो उनकी voice that you can consider it out in asperity. अगर किसी को criticize कर रहे हैं, fake rumors फैला रहे हैं, that is called as aspersion. और एक दूसरे के ऊपर attack कर रहे हैं किसी भी बात पे या कुछ छोटी बात को लेकर मुद्दा बना रहे हैं, that is termed as assail, right? So with difficult circumstances assail my tranquility, I turn to meditation. So these were the sentences. Now the next is assiduous. What do you mean by assiduous? Is like showing great care, like I am caring about someone, I am very diligent. Diligent is like hardworking, but is also like I am paying a very minute attention. Like I am taking care of someone, I am understanding the pain of other person, painstaking, indefatigable, laborious, industrious, untiring. तो किसी का ध्यान रखना बहुत अच्छे तरह से, that is termed as assiduous. Also you can call it as showing hard work and care that is brought by attention to detail, right? So it is like हम छोटी छोटी चीज का, there are some people who take extra care about their skin routine, about their like work routine, everything. So that you can call it as assiduous because the person is showing hard work and care that is brought by attention. छोटी छोटी minute details का लेकर हम ध्यान रखते हैं किसी का भी अपना भी, तो that is assiduous. That was very assiduous of you to finish those financial reports weeks ahead of schedule. तो आप अपना timely हर छोटी चीज का ध्यान रख रहे हो, किसी का ध्यान रख रहे हो. So that all comes in assiduous. Like if you are learning high frequency words for to crack your GRE, so that is also assiduous of you because you are taking minute care. Okay, I'm improving my vocabulary, I'm doing my sentence sequence words. So everything is on a row, in a row. That is assiduous. Next comes to your assuage. What do you mean by assuage? Assuage is the word that means when I am relieving, I am easing or I am satisfying someone. Like I am easing something, I am making something less severe than the critical it was, that is termed as assuage. I am elevating something, I am pacifying something, relieving something, quenching something, mitigating something. Like something was very painful and I am trying to comfort that thing. So that is your assuage. That is I am trying to ease that thing, I am trying to lower down that thing, that it is not at all severe anymore. That is termed as assuage, right? Now comes the definition of assuage. Assuage means like is to relieve or ease unpleasant feelings. So when I am trying to release or I am trying to ease someone, that is termed as assuage. It is like Darren tried to assuage his wife's tear of flying by buying her a drink and holding her hand during takeoff, right? So that is like someone has gone for a very first flight and someone is like a bit nervous. You assuage, you hold the person's hand, you try to comfort that person. That is termed as assuage. So you are bringing comfort, you are making their pain less severe. That is termed as assuage, right? So these were all the 10 words. Before we start with the quiz, let's revise all these 10 words again. Okay, so the very first word was artless. Artless, what do you mean by artless? That something is very natural, it is free from, you can say, any efforts, very simple, very naive, very honest, right? So that was artless. Next is ascertain. When you find out something, when you discover something, when you learn about something, verify something, confirm something. That is, you discover or determine something, you find the end result, that is ascertain. Next is ascetic. Ascetic means when you are severely self-disciplining yourself, you're becoming solitary, celibate, hermit, strict in your principles, that is ascetic, right? So this is like leading a life which is full of self-discipline and spiritual lessons. Next is ascribing. Ascribing means when you are assigning or attributing something, you are crediting something, you are regarding something, you are setting down, charging, referring something, that is ascribe. Like these symptoms ascribe that you have a common cold. So that is ascribing. Aseptic. Aseptic means something that is free from harmful, you can say, bacteria, that is completely sterilized, that is disinfected, germ free, that is termed as aseptic. Free from living germs that cause diseases. Next is asperity. Asperity, as told you, which is harshness and roughness in your tone. When your tone or voice pitch is not good, that is termed as asperity. Aspersion refers when I am trying to defame someone, insult someone. I am trying to, you can say, criticize someone based on certain rumors, false rumors created for the person, that is aspersion. Next is assail. When I'm attacking on some person, that is termed as assail. It can be violent, it can be like a physical one, but other it can be through the words. Next is your assiduous. Assiduous means when you're taking minute care about everything. Like right now you're preparing for some examination, you're minutely care, like okay, I complete this and this task right now, I complete my GRE, verbal reasoning, all this. So this comes in the category of assiduous. Next is your assuage. Assuage means when I'm trying to comfort someone, I'm trying to relieve someone from the stress the person has. I'm trying to relieve their pain, the uncomfort feelings they have, that is assuage, right? So these were all the 10 high frequency words. Let's check out like how much you learned from it through the GIFs, which I always bring up for the competition sake, right? So the very first, it's that they have find out something. So I gave a word which meant to find out, and if you remember, this word is, take a second and think about it. You find out something thing, you discover something, you become aware about something, and this is to ascertain. Next is, now this, he's, I think, disinfecting something, that is he's trying to make something sterile, maybe free from contamination, free from disinfection. So what you can call it out, this can be called out, I can think about, no, it can be aseptic, like free from all the, you can say, diseases, or you can say contamination, harmful bacteria. Now this is a person who is hermit, who might have self-disciplined himself, and who might, you can say, it's a celibate personality, self-discipline. We have learned this word, hermit, celibate. What was the word? Let's think about it. Was it artless? No. Ascertain? No. Then it might be ascetic. Ascetic, I told you, like self-disciplining yourself, severe. Now what they're trying to, there are two people, one is crying and the other is, I think, trying to comfort that person. Okay, don't cry, you are going to be okay. So when I'm trying to comfort the other person, relieve his from his pain, that means to assuage, right? Next is, now the person is paying all the attention, is taking minute care. Okay, I'll do my work, I'll even do maintain proper personal relationships, I'll check out the calendar, I'm taking good health care, I'm even enjoying my time. So a person who is taking minute care of everything, that person can be called as, what was the word now, if you remember? It is termed as assiduous, right? So minute care, proper attention towards every minute detail. This was the meaning, this was the option, and that is assiduous. Next is, okay, there is an attacking on someone, and we have read this word, like when there is an attack on someone, what the word was? It is termed as, I guess it's a kind of an attack. It is not in the criticism, it's not in the voice. Otherwise we have gone for aspersion, no criticism. It can be your assail. What do you mean by assail? When there was a kind of attack on someone. Next is a word. Now the person is spreading something, right? And maybe like rumor gets spread, like you listen something and then you tell the other person something. So it is a spread of rumors. It may be negative about something, right? And the rumor spread so quickly. So what can be the word now? So the word can be here, it is aspersion. Why not asperity? Because there is no harshness of tone. Next is, now what is this person? This is very simple, very plain, very natural, nothing you can say done to it. So obviously, what do you think? That is simple word, artless, something that is very naive, natural, simple, honest. Now the person is speaking so bad and rude to someone, right? And maybe shouting with a rude voice. And we have done this word, like what is the word for this? Simple word you might have learned now. It is the asperity, your harsh tone, your roughness on any other person. The last is the word now. Here's your first assignment, and the person is giving, like he might be giving that person, he might be, you can say, shoring that thing. What can be the word now? Just think it. You're giving your first assignment. You are assigning that person something. You're referring that person. Okay, complete it now. So what can be the word? It is your maybe ascribe, right? So I'm just referring it out. So that was all. These were all the 10 words of high frequency, and I hope you remember it out. Make your notes every time as I come with high frequency words, 10 short words and very simple ones every week for you. And keep on learning, keep on growing with me, and soon we will cover all the high frequency words. There are 1,000 in the list, and we are going to reach the target of 100 very soon. So hope you enjoyed the lecture. You keep on growing and keep on learning. In case of any doubts, drop in the comments. I'm always happy to resolve all your comments. Take care. Bye bye. Have a nice day.